the PCI, Partners for Climate Protection, if you looked up their site, it actually states to help communities across Canada better understand and employ these concepts, the Partners for Climate Protection PCP program from ICLEI Canada. See, that's the catch, is ICLEI Canada. Remember, there's only 500 municipalities across Canada. And I don't know if you know what the ICLEI is, but it's actually a organization that is closely associated with the World Economic Forum. And their funding partner for the ICLE is a real estate foundation of BC. And one of the biggest ones in the United States, my concern is the BlackRock owner, who is one of the biggest real estate holders in the US. He was named to the board of trustees, and they believe in Klaus Schwab's theory, you will own nothing and be happy. And you can check yourself, PCP is solely funded by the ICLEI, who is funded by Google and many other multi-billion-dollar corporations. They support UN climate change, biological diversity, and combat desertification. But that's talking about alternative farming, alternative livelihoods. They talk about eating crickets, mealworms, among other edible insects. They actually say right in their literature, we influence sustainable policy and drive local action for low emissions, nature-based. They put that right in it. That's what their objectives are. It's part of the World Economic Forum, equitable, resilient, and circular development. But the one thing is that when you go to the ICLEA's website, who funds the group that we're asking to join today, their first heading is non-governmental organization. It's private-driven. And just to let council know that the ICLEI Secretary General had and has been appointed the World Economic Forum's Council on Urbanization. So that concerns me, is that when they mention about how in their things, as I meant, equitable, resilient, and circular development, and I look at, and they proudly say we influence. And you look at influence as potential influence, domineering influence, and interpersonal influence. And influence is the power to change, affect something or something. And they openly admit that's what their objective and their goal is. They talk about circular. Well, circular of an argument is already containing an assumption that what is to be proved and therefore fallacious based on mistaken belief. They promote that. It's all in their literature, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Any member of council can go on. You go to Partners for Climate Protection, it'll take you to who they fund by ICLEI. And fallacious is a circular argument, also known as circular reasoning, is considered a logical fallacy because when you make this type of argument, you aren't supporting your claim with logic. Instead of using your claim to prove that the premise for the claims are true. And the World Economic Forum, if you go through it, it's open. Like Ron says, you can go on to headers, you can get all the information. This is on their own website. And they actually say that their granting scheme is conducted. And they have another side to them. It's called the ICLEI Action Fund. That's where they get their money. See, their money comes from Google and Pfizer and all these other high-tech corporations, people that I wonder, as a Canadian, I actually have to ask myself, why are these companies involved in the most pressing world issues? What's their goal? And I'm not a conspiracy theory. I think it's control and power. That's what the world's coming to. But their fund, as they admit, is a granting scheme for local governments. And a granting scheme is a large-scale systematic plan or arrangement for attaining a particular object or putting a particular area into
1 minute left.
effect.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just, that's why I can't support joining this organization. I can't. I've researched it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I've done like Ron has done. And I believe that each and everyone should have their own opinion and be able to say what they feel that they believe in. So at this time, I cannot support joining the Partners for Climate Protection because the biggest thing is at the end of the day, their leader says, you will own nothing and be happy. And I can't support that.
Thank you, Councillor Handley. I had Councillor